What up, what up, what up? Working on the SS. It's the 5.3, you already know what it is. Just wanna, before I wrap everything up, I just wanna show you what to do. How to get this. This is the new transmission I bought or used. But I definitely want to show you. I already pulled the old one out. I guess something about some pump seal needs to be replaced, so anyway, back to the front. I know these transmissions are notorious for breaking, so I know there's not too many YouTube videos. I try to hurry to make this video for you. So basically, if you know how to, the air box go right here. If you know how to take out the air box, if you already know how to take off your exhaust, if you already know how to take off your starter, right there, then I don't need to explain. But you know, if you want to get the transmission out, basically get you one of these support bars, $100 at Harbor Freight, probably $80 on Amazon. Then that's going to support the engine. As you see, I got the engine supported over here on the power steering pump, right there. But don't do that. Don't secure it on there until you take out the flywheel bolts. Those 3 bolts right there, 1, 2, and 3. Because if you connect it to that before you take it out, then you won't be able to move the motor to get to those bolts. And the other one right here, I connected to that. Let me see if I can get it better. Right there. Make sure you're paying attention. You see, I accidentally already broke this on accident. I gotta give me a whole nother purge valve or whatever. Make sure you're paying attention. But the bolts that you need to get to are the 15 mils, which is right, right there at the top, right there at the top, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one right here, 5. But the hardest one to get to is this one. So if you're looking at the transmission, from this angle, which that's how it's going in, the hardest one to get to is right here. It's right here. That 18 millimeter bolt right there. That's the hardest one to get to. You can only access it from the passenger side. You can only access it from the passenger side over here. It's 18 mil. And when you're on this side, let's just pretend the transmission's already in. You gotta put your extension in between right here, like in between this area right there, like right there. You put your extension right there, and then you'll be able to see that. You'll only be able to see that bolt once you drop the subframe. Also, if you already know how to remove the subframe, I don't need to explain, and I can save some time in this video, but you definitely need to remove the subframe so that way you can jack up the transmission on the jack. If you don't want to spend $200 on a transmission jack, which I don't want to, so just put that transmission on there. As soon as you remove the subframe, just roll that transmission underneath the car and slowly take your time. Slowly take your time and bolt it up. Make sure you, that's the exhaust I was talking about right here. If you know how to take that out, you're good. Also right there, those 3 right there. Boom. You gotta take those out to get to those bolts right here at the top. You gotta take that out because the exhaust goes around here. So trying to think what else I could tell you. It's my first time doing this, so I ain't never ever done nothing this major. Oh yeah, so for the subframe, if you don't want to mess with brake lines and take off tie rods and all that stuff, you do gotta take out your CV axles on both sides. But I took out the 18mm bolts that hold the power steering pump, and I pried it up, but I kept the lines up connected. If you can see the hose, see where the hole is? Down right there. Other one over there. So you don't really need to remove the rack and pinion completely, because it's just those bolts holding it in. Then you take out the lower control arm. As soon as you take out those lower control arms on both sides, rack and pinion, lift that up. And then what else helped me out too is I took the 11 or 10mm bolt that goes in this knuckle right there for the steering wheel. That helped me out a lot. So as soon as I really took that nut out, well, I took that nut out first, then took the 18 mils out for the subframe. I had all the room in the world. So if you have any questions, give me just comment, and I'll try to answer as the best as I can. But that's where we at right now. So we definitely gonna just try to knock this subframe out. That's why I was making this video, because I just took out the last bolt for the control arm. I'm about to take my pry bar. Oh yeah, that's optional to take out too, but you don't have to. But yeah, I just got my taking that out, and about to take it out from there, and then that's gonna release the subframe completely. Make sure like I said, I've never done this type of work before, so just pay attention. Make sure you don't lose no bolts or anything. But I need my other hand, so yeah. Once you take out that lower control arms, just take the bolts out of the rack and pinion, and that should release it. Oh yeah, and then you got your motor mounts, boom. Pay attention to those. You can take it off from the top or the bottom. These are the other 4 motor mounts right here. That's where the other side of the transmission is gonna go in. And then your third motor mount is right here. It goes on the bracket. And that bracket sits on the part of the transmission right here. So comment if you have any questions.